Hi friends, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in, we're going to create together. I'm so glad you're here with me on this Saturday night in October. I'm here in Minnesota. It's been a gorgeous, gorgeous fall day here. Let me know what it's like where you live. I want to thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You're absolutely making a difference by spreading kindness with every card that you send. So thank you for all that you do. I hope in these videos you get a little creative inspiration so that you can just keep making and sending those cards. So tonight we're going to make a fun fold card together. We're using a new product that's going to be available to customers November 4th. Right now it's available for demonstrators to pre-order, or it can be put in the starter kit options. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Quick reminder, I do send out free project sheets that match up with some of my videos. So if you haven't already subscribed, you can do that here. I should let you know I am actually pre-recording this video. It's early evening on Saturday. My husband and I are heading off to a concert. So I am pre-recording this because I want to be consistent and always showing up for you because you guys are so great at showing up for me. So 7:30 p.m. Central Time every Tuesday, every Saturday, you'll find me here on my Sue Stampfield channel or over on my Sue Stampfield Facebook page. So let's go ahead and get to the desktop and start creating. I have a frog in my throat. Sorry about that. So today was Crafternoon Day, and I am back again here to share more. But I'm going to do a quick recap of our Crafternoon cards for October. Crafternoon is my customer class. I do every month, and this is the Tower Honeycomb Fun Fold card. And the one that I made in the video this afternoon was this Traditions of Christmas version. Absolutely gorgeous paper. These are actually two different patterns. It's kind of hard to tell because they are similar. And then on the back, they are slightly different as well. Now, when I design a new fold like this honeycomb, these Tower honeycomb cards, I do multiple designs. Now, this Tower honeycomb is the vertical version of last month's pop-up honeycomb card. So you might be familiar with this horizontal one. I reworked the measurements, literally turned this one on its head so that we could design a vertical version, which gives us that tower appearance. And of course, it stands for display because that is super fun. You put all that time and effort into your cards. It's nice to have them stand for display. So in the video, I made these two with the Traditions of Christmas products. And then I also did this version with the gorgeous Modern Christmas suite of products. This is not in the mini catalog. It's an online exclusive. So you can find it on the website. Just search Modern Christmas. It has this gorgeous star die. And I actually attached it to a piece of window sheet or acetate so that it connects to this, this pop-out stabilizer on the card, so it's kind of floating away from our beautiful background of stars there. It's hard to tell when I hold it flat, but if I stand it up there, I think you can kind of see it even moves. Pretty cool. So of course, any of these cards, you could add that element in. Now I have a PDF tutorial for this and all of the versions with step-by-step photos on how you recreate all these cards. You can find that on my Sue Stampfield website. I don't have the blog post up yet. It's coming soon, but I do have the tutorial available in the tutorial store. And on the back of this card, we have this, the greeting also extends past the ends there, so it pops up as well too for just a little extra texture. I love this fa la 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 pattern. It's one of my favorites. So all those things are from that Modern Christmas suite. And then we go on to Sneak Peek. This is the Brushed with Beauty suite of products. Now my team members made this. My direct team members, I do a quarterly stamp party where I send them a packet. So they either got this one or this one in the mail, and we made those on Thursday night at our team stamp party. I would love for you to give it a try and join my family of demonstrators. It's a great way to get a discount, get your products for less. And in October, holy cow, can you save? First of all, you can add sneak peek items like this Brush with Beauty suite to your starter kit order, and you can get $125 in products for $35 and free shipping this month. You do pay tax on the $35, or you can get $189 in products for $99 plus tax. Really good deal. So this Brush with Beauty, we're going to play with this suite a little bit more tonight. And then we have this one. This is another sneak peek. This is the new Hobby Haven suite that is out. And I love this Creative Haven bundle, the chalkboard effect. So that's what I was going for with this card. You're the best. You deserve all the good things. And then on the back, I have a little bit of the more of the pattern side of the Creative Haven, which has different types of, Hobby Haven designer paper, different hobbies. This one is for plant lovers. And so that's that version, all in Pool Party. And then this next one, I did two ways. So this is the Friendly Foliage bundle. It is awesome. It makes this beautiful framed leaf image. And then it has these extra stamps. So this one I was thinking autumn, and I did it in with copper embossing on the front and on the back. And then this one, I did exactly the same, but I used shaded spruce and paired it with gold instead of the copper that I did on this one. So that's just a little year-round version there, but fantastic bundle. So many great sentiments in there for different kind of care, thinking of you kinds of cards. Really, really useful for year-round. So that's another one that's coming out November 4th, and I paired it with the exposed brick embossing powder, embossing folder. All right, let's go ahead and make our card that we're doing tonight. So in our last video, we made a Joyfold card. We used the Christmas Tags and More designer series paper, which has these ephemera punch-out pieces. And then we used this fabulous Merry Christmas stamp. I love the font on this. So a Joyfold card is like an insert that opens up, and then it opens up like that. We added another little ephemera piece on the inside. This is a really quick and easy card that you can do for the holidays. We did another version of it. That was probably a week and a half ago. We did this version, so I've got all this stuff over my desk. I'm trying to dig it out. We did this version with the handmade holiday treats. I think it's handmade holidays bundle. And this one is also a Joyfold card that opens up the same way. Whoa, hey, we got a little stowaway in there from when I was designing Crafternoon cards. So funny. Yeah, that doesn't go with this card. So this one is super cute. It's got just adorable things. We were talking about how this little hat would be super cute on the C or the M of the big Merry Christmas. I totally have to try that, you guys. So these are joyful cards, but we're going to do a non-Christmassy one tonight using the Brush with Beauty products. So let's do it, friends. I'm going to bring in my papers that I have here, and I'm hoping I'll figure it out. And I have my viewers help me design the card, but I'm on my own tonight, so let's hope I don't mess it up too badly. All right, so I've got my card base here. Where did my measurements go? Oh, Susan, you had them. You had them and you buried them. Yeah, I'm super good at that. All right, here we go. Hang on, let me dig them out. I got a bunch of Crafternoon cards on them now. Okay, slightly wrinkled now, but it's all good. All right, so our card base is crumb cake for this card, and it's 5.5 by 7, and I scored it at 4.25 right there. So I already folded it, but let's just give that a good crease here. All right, so I've got my card base. Now this card, you literally stand it on its head and do it upside down. This is the fold you want at the bottom for the Joyfold cards. And then we have our insert piece. So that's what's going to go here to be the part that opens first. It's kind of a trifold card, if you will. So this piece is very vanilla, and it is, what size is it, Sue? 3 3/4 wide by 6 inches long, and I scored it at 3 inches on the 6-inch side. All right, so that's my insert piece. And then I've got some designer papers, and I'll give you the measurements for those as we start sticking them on. So this paper is so fantastic. I should have pulled it out. I've used a lot of it. I've used it almost all up. It is so absolutely gorgeous. And this is one of my favorite patterns right here. We did I do a video for my team every week, and we did this card, the chair rail fun fold card, or chair rail card layout with this pattern and with the stripe that we're going to use in this one a week or so ago. This one yeah, so you can see some of the patterns here. I love this bouquet one. Just lots of fun florals. This one is absolutely gorgeous. You saw that in the Craft Your Noon card. And this one is the one we're going to use tonight and pair it with that stripe. So fantastic paper. All right, I'm going to set that aside. You didn't get to see all the patterns, but I think I shared it actually in the last video. So we're going to go ahead and attach this stripe. And this one is not the last video, last Tuesday's video. All right, we're going to attach this piece. This piece is 2.5 by 5.25. So adhesive, it's over here. Not sure how it ended up over there, but I found it. And on the back, you can see it's got that same pattern that we're going to use on our insert piece. So we're going to double down on this big floral, I guess I'll call it. But this one, I'm going to actually open the card back up because it's going to be easier, I think, for me to get this on straight. Fabulous. All right. Now I'm going to warn you, I am a messy crafter, and I'm going to probably lose stuff in this video. So when I lose it, we play a little game called the Found It game. And let me know what's in your cup tonight. I have water in mine. When I lose something and find it again, we all say found it and we take a sip of our beverage. All right, I'm going to attach this gorgeous floral paper to the front of our little insert card. And this piece is 2.5 by 5.25. So let's stick that on there. Now I did cut this kind of on the, what do I want to say, on the interior of the paper. Let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to stick that on first. So let me grab a piece of it here. There it is. So it has a border around it, around the edges, and I didn't want that. So the piece was, what did I say, 3.5, I think? No, 2 3/4. So I cut a 3-inch strip and then I just cut off that little piece so that I could not, I didn't want the border. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so I've got this done, and then literally to put your card together, you're just going to center the same amount above, same amount below, and you're going to put some adhesive on here and stick this on. All right, then the fun begins and we get to decorate it. So, whew, I'm having a hot flash, you guys. Too much stress today. It's been a busy, crazy busy day. All right, there we go. All right, fantastic. Now you can see I'm a little bouncy here. I'm just going to go through and burnish with my bone folder and get everybody squished nice and flat. That's so much better. And the bottom too. There we go. Now it's much flatter. Is that crooked? I think it's okay. Okay. All right, so we've got a great start to our card. Now we're ready to do the decorating part. I'm going to add this other piece of designer paper. Here, this is one of the other patterns from the pack. I'm going to add this petal pink, kind of a marbled textured look on the inside here. This one is the same size as the piece we put on the front, which was, what was that, Susan? 2.5 by 5.25. So we're going to that'll just be a little something extra fun on the inside of the card. Kind of like the little extra fun pieces we did inside here with the candy cane and the tree in here. We did them closer to the piece, but this one we're actually going to do it down here. We might decorate that too. We'll see how we go. All right, so I've got that. I'm ready to do some stamping and die cutting. So I'm going to set that aside for now. I'm going to bring in just a scrap of Very Vanilla. I like you, I use what I have. And so we're going to go ahead and die cut a die here. So this is the Words of Beauty bundle, which is part of this suite, the Brush with Beauty suite. And you can see it comes with these great big words. These are shrunk down just so they fit on the packaging, but I'll show you actual size in a minute here. So you have the dies Just Because, and then a layer for Just Because, and then a third layer for Just Because. And then you have 3 different label shapes. And then these are the stamps, the different greetings that can go in those different labels that match up with those Just Because words. For the front of my card, I'm going to use the long label. So Where'd you put it, Sue? Oh, it's over here. You can hear all the dies tinkling over there. All right, there we go. We've got that on there. And then I also want to add some leaves. So this is the other bundle that comes in the suite. It's called Petals of Beauty. And I love these leaf dies. They are absolutely fantastic. I haven't even used the floral dies yet, but the leaf dies I'm having so much fun with. So we're going to use this one. And if you recall, I did use them on both leaf dies on the Tower Honeycomb pop-up version of those cards. So let's, all right, what color or what type should I make? I can do vellum or I can do mossy meadow. I'm going to cut one from vellum and let's see if we think it's too light. Let's give that a try. So I have just a scrap of vellum here and a long label in Very Vanilla. Now vellum is back now as part of the suite. So it is 12 by 12 vellum and it's a nice, heavy, thick, what I would call cardstock weight vellum. Crank that through. So now I think this vellum leaves, they might be a little hard to see. You can see on this card, we chose them for that purpose, so it wouldn't cover up too much of our pretty flowers, but they are hard to see. Let's try embossing it and see if that makes it a little more visible. So I'm going to set this up for embossing. So this suite of products also comes with an embossing folder, and it's a really nice one. It's called Beautiful Pattern, and it's a 3D embossing folder, and you can see it's just a nice geometric. It's kind of one of those all occasion type of embossing folders that works for so many things. I've used this leaf die a lot, and I'm gonna just poke this out. And vellum in particular can really stick into things because it's a lighter weight. And I'm going to be very careful. I don't want to rip this. Like I said, it's a heavyweight cardstock, but if I put too much force on it, I'm going to rip it. So I can tell I should have rubbed this with my wax paper before I die cut it, but that whole hindsight 2020 deal, yeah, that's what's going on here. All right, so we've got our leaves, and let's try embossing them and see what that looks like. Just for fun, right? All right, I'm gonna move my drink here so I can, my water bottle is blocking my handle. All right. Cranking it through here. All right, clunk. Got it. All right, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, that's cool. So when you emboss on vellum, it shows up very white. It's almost like you heat embossed. Very cool. So we can now decide, I actually already have a Mossy Meadow leaf die cut, so we can decide between the two. Now I've got my banner here. Now one little crooked in the thing, but I don't care because I hadn't stamped on it yet. This is a photopolymer set, so I can actually see where I'm stamping. So I'm going to stamp after the fact. You can do it before or after. It's totally up to you. I think I'm going to do this in crumb cake because I have a lot of crumb cake going on my card here. So I'm going to stamp the words, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys for we have a wonderful community here. You guys support each other in the comments. And I hope you can't see my head. Oh, yeah, you can see my head. Sorry. Got to get it straight. Oh, man, that's not straight, Susan. That's not even close to straight. All right, sorry, bear with me. I got to do that. That's a do-over. I can't. I could flip it over, but it's going to be concave then. So let's do it this way, guys. Let's stamp it first. I'm having one of those crooked stamping. I'm having a crooked everything day, actually, not just related to stamping. All right, let's just cut that again really quick. Thank you for your patience, but you know what? I like it perfect. All right. This card is this card's too pretty for a crooked sentiment. All right, so I have pre-stamped it. I've got it all lined up. That's the way around that, right? And then we're going to just keep it in place by sticking it down with a sticky note. All right, you. Did I get that straight, you guys? Hang on. I think it crooked. Okay, I think when I stuck that on, I moved it a little bit. Hang on. All right, there we go. Not paranoid about it. All right, let's send it through. Let's try again here. Okay. Boom. We got it. You guys. All right. Fantastic. Nice and straight. We'll just pretend that was the first time around. Okay, not really. Nobody will know when they get the card, right? Won't know how many times you had to do it. All right, let's bring in our card here. So you've got the I appreciate you sentiment that we're going to pop up there. And of course, we're going to put it on some dimensionals. And you can move this around wherever you want. Oh, it kind of like it up there, maybe. And then let's try so we have two options for the leaf. This is the vellum one that I die cut and then embossed, or where is it? Somewhere in this mess. Or I have a mossy meadow one. So let's try it. And although I can't see your votes, you guys can see each other's votes. So let me know in the comments if you were making this card or if we were live together, which one would you vote for? So there's the vellum, very subdued. Coming off the corner there. Whoa, they fell off. I'm just holding it on here because I haven't stuck anything down. It's always a good idea to figure out where you're putting it before you start sticking, right? Now, these leaves are a bit long for this card. I absolutely could shorten these up. I kind of like the green, I think. But I think I might want to cut that end leaf off and shorten them up just a little bit. Actually, could even attach it like that and not shorten it up. That's what that looks like. Let me try it again with the vellum. If I stick it up here a little farther. No, I just don't think the vellum's going to show up enough for me. I'm going to go with the mossy meadow. I'll be excited to see your comments later. And I'm actually going to go right up to the top with this and not even cut that off. Why not? Why not? So let's stick some dimensionals. I only want them on these end leaves because it's going to kind of trail off our piece here, which is going to make it look extra specially nice. All right, let's pull those pieces off. I've got a couple sticky leaves there, and I'm just going to stick that on, kind of coming off the side there. Fantastic. And then we're going to put our greeting, gosh, wherever the heck we want it. We could stick it here. I'm going to put it up a little higher right there. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. I appreciate you. There we go. And I'll peel the backings off of those. And then we're going to stick that right on here. And bring it down just a skosh there. There we go. I appreciate you. All right, so then we're going to add just a little bit of bling on here. This suite comes with the Pearls of Beauty embellishments. You get a white crumb cake or Calypso coral. And they're iridescent. I don't know if you can see the iridescent gleam on there. They're not just shiny, but they have an iridescent shimmer to them. And this paper does actually have some white or very pale pink in it. So it actually pairs well with either white or vanilla. Like you can see this one, I paired it with white. This one I paired with vanilla. I think both look nice. For this one, I'm going to use the crumb cake color in here. You could also, you could, if you wanted it brighter, you totally could. Here, we'll try them both. You guys can. All right, if you were making this card, which color would you do? Would you do the crumb cake or would you do the coastal or the Calypso coral? You can't say CC or CC because they're both CCs, but crumb or Calypso, I guess. Gosh, they're both nice. I think I'll go with the crumb cake. Kind of lean towards the very muted version, I guess. Okay, so we've got the front of our card decorated. Let's look at the inside here. Oh boy, this is nerve-wracking. Now I got to stamp straight again. So on the inside, so I appreciate you on the front. On the inside, I'm going to put you've been on my mind. Now, if I mess this up, that's okay. I'll just cut a layer and I'll cover it right up. That's what we do, right, friends? There are no mistakes in stamping, just embellishment opportunities. Whew, I got it straight. Phew. All right, so we've got that there. But these dies, as I mentioned, also have these fabulous just because words. So I've actually got them die cut so you can see, because I think we're going to put them down here just for fun. So we've got the word just. Now it did die cut the little dot for the I. I don't know where that went. No idea. So I'll probably replace it with one of our embellishments here, but it's somewhere in the stamp room, but I couldn't find it. It's tiny. All right, so let's pull these out. So it comes with the 1, 2, 3. All right. So there's the 1, 2, 3. So let me show you what those look like. So you can layer this on here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hang on. We got a bee. We got a bee. Ah. All right. Oh boy, I opened the door. Maybe he'll fly out. Jeez. All right. Dogs opened the, Mercy can open the back door and she had it open for a while and yeah, we got to be in here. Okay, that's not good. All right, so 1, 2, 3. That is how they go together. And then we have the because here. We can do the same thing. Of course, you can use any color combination you so desire. You could put adhesive back sheets, especially on the back of the first layer, the skinnier words, just to make it easier to assemble. I did not do that, so I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue. Shout out to The Country Hive. This is their newest little glue holder. So cute. It's got a nice shimmery ghost, spooky ghost color there. All right, let's flip this over. And I'm just going to dot on some multi-purpose liquid glue. I don't need it everywhere, just enough to hold it down. All right, I kind of got a little globby on that, so I'm gonna set that aside to dry. Maybe it's sticking to me. And let's go to this one. I got a big old clump on there. And just add some more in. Now you can also sponge the glue on, use like a little sponge dauber to avoid those blobs if you struggle with that like I do. That maybe would have been a good choice here. Okay, I'm going to let those two kind of set up a little bit and dry. This glue dries tacky, like a glue dot. So you can get away with that. On these, I'm just going to go with little bits of the seal adhesive, or glue dots would work well for this. All right. Put our two just pieces together. So mine is going to say, you've been on my mind just because. And on the front it says, I appreciate you. Oh, I don't know if I've ever had a bee live on, yeah, maybe once. This might be a new thing, but I don't see him now. Probably means he landed. I have a lot of bright lights on in here because of the videos, so it's very attractive to bugs. All right. Okay, we got our because on there, and let's go ahead. Oh, I need a little bit more behind here. It's wanting to pop up. All right, we're going to fix that with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, a little dabby there. All right, fantastic. Wow, right. You can't make it up, can you? Oh my goodness, Susan. All right, we're gonna get there, friends. We can do this. All right, let's go ahead, and before I have any other disasters, let's add because onto our layer pieces here. And you can just gently slide it into place there. So I've got that cool triple layer effect. Love it. That looks awesome. I haven't used these yet, so this is super fun to get to play with these. Creative play. It's good for our brains and really good for our friends and family when we send them and let them know that we're thinking of them. And we're going to we're just going to adhere these right inside this this inner flap so that you can see that on the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and stick that down. Just going to use the regular adhesive here because especially that third layer is nice and big. So do the word, oops, I gotta make sure I'm not off the edge there. Just, it just fits. So I want to make sure I have that one all the way over, so I've got room to place my because right here. And now I do want to add a little dot on the eye. So I'm going to do that with just an embellishment. I don't usually add embellishments inside the card, but I think we can get away with it on this one. Or you can do like flatter ones. You can also do a regular pearl in there. But then we've got our little blingy dot on our J there. So let's fold that up. And there we have our card, our Joyfold card. Awesome. Thank you guys for your patience with me while we created this card. I think it went together fairly quickly and easily, but you know, if you don't get glue everywhere and mess up your words and all of that, it can take a little bit longer. And you still could stick those, vellum leaves on for another layer or something like that. I'm going to save them for another project though. Let's bring in the measurements, such as they are, so that you can all take a screenshot of the measurements. I'm gonna, oh, got a wild take your pick tool here. It's out of control. All right, let's go ahead and zoom this in here. All right, there you go. Grab your screenshot, everybody. And then I'm gonna open the card again so you can get a shot with it open. Fantastic. Hopefully you're able to grab that. If not, you can catch the replay and grab it that way. And then just a quick recap of our fabulous Crafternoon cards from today. This is the Tower Honeycomb cards, and this tutorial is now available for purchase on my C Stamp Field website. Where's the other one? Here it is. Oh, there's more. Wait, Susan got carried away again. Oh, there's another one. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So that is the Tower Honeycomb cards. And thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to flip the camera here. If you're interested in the blog post that's going to come out about those cards, you can subscribe at suestampfield.com. I also send out free project sheets that match up with my videos. Whoops, that's not working. There we go. Take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for protecting me from the bee. I appreciate you. I will be back Tuesday night at 7:30 Central Time for another creative video. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.